The security alarm screamed as the sliding doors of the grocery store flew open. A woman in jeans and a plain gray hoodie clutched her shopping bag, confused as two store employees pointed toward her. Within seconds, a squad car screeched into the parking lot. "Ma'am, stop right there," an officer barked, sprinting toward her. Customers froze, some whispering, some pulling out phones to record. The woman raised her hands calmly, her face unreadable. "I didn't take anything," she said, voice steady. But the officers didn't hesitate. They pushed her against the hood of the car, snapped cuffs onto her wrists, and announced loudly, "You're under arrest for shoplifting." Shoppers shook their heads, some muttering, "Figures." Others just kept walking. What no one realized, what the officers didn't even bother to ask, was that the woman they had just arrested wasn't a criminal at all. She was Captain Denise Walker, one of the highest-ranking officers in the city's police department. Denise stayed quiet. She didn't pull rank, didn't shout, didn't resist. Instead, she looked at the young cashier, a boy no older than 19 who looked nervous and pale. His lips trembled like he wanted to speak up, but fear held him back. At the station, the officers placed her in a holding room. One officer, a rookie, seemed almost too eager. "Thought you could get away with it, huh?" He sneered. Denise just met his eyes. "You should check the receipts before you jump to conclusions." Another officer, older and more measured, frowned. He sifted through her bag, pulling out neatly folded grocery items: eggs, bread, milk, and diapers. At the bottom was a receipt clearly stamped and dated. Silence fell over the room. The rookie's face flushed red. The alarm." "The alarm went off because the cashier forgot to deactivate the security tag on the baby formula," Denise said softly. "It happens. That's when the room shifted." The young cashier had followed them to the station, insisting he had to explain. His voice cracked as he spoke. "She paid for everything. It was my fault. I was rushing and didn't remove the tag. Please, don't blame her." The rookie officer suddenly looked much smaller, fumbling with the cuffs to set her free. I'm sorry, ma'am." Denise stretched her wrists, but her eyes stayed kind. "Don't apologize to me," she said, nodding toward the young cashier. "He's the one who needs your patience, not your intimidation." The boy's shoulders slumped in relief. "Thank you. I thought I'd cost you everything." It was then that the precinct captain walked in, confusion on his face. The moment he saw Denise, his jaw dropped. "Captain Walker?" "What on earth?" Denise gave a small smile. "Apparently I was shoplifting today." The room went dead silent. The officers shifted uncomfortably, realizing they had just manhandled their superior. But Denise didn't lash out. Instead, she turned her attention to the rookie, whose eyes brimmed with shame. "You're new," she said gently, "and you'll make mistakes. But remember this, how quickly you judged me could have destroyed someone else's life. Not everyone gets a chance to prove their innocence like I just did." The rookie swallowed hard, nodding slowly. Denise walked over to the young cashier, resting a hand on his trembling shoulder. "And you, don't be afraid to speak up when it matters. Fear keeps the truth locked away, and truth is what sets people free." The boy blinked back tears. "Yes, ma'am." As Denise stepped out into the cool evening air, the sky was painted with streaks of orange and pink. Strangers who had seen the arrest earlier now stood by their cars, watching her walk free. Some looked guilty, realizing how quickly they'd believed the worst. Others simply stood in awe of the calm dignity with which she carried herself. Denise lifted her chin, not with pride, but with grace, as if to say, even in misunderstanding, even in humiliation, there's room for compassion, and in that moment the world seemed just a little softer.